Hello and welcome, I'm Austin Kovalarczyk, arranger and composer, bringing you episode 13 of my book review series. Today we're talking about Simple Flutes by Mark Shepard. So, Mark Shepard, or now Aaron Shepard, is an award-winning children's author, journalist, simple flute maker, and much more if you look at his websites, which I will include in the description. But this specific book, Simple Flutes, describes one thing and one thing only: making and playing simple flutes. As it says, a guide to flute making and playing. It starts by describing how to play a flute, and while it's no pedagogical masterpiece, it can get the job done for someone who's not looking to play at a very high level, or is just looking to get started. The description isn't one for more advanced musicians, but it does describe how to tune while playing, which is a fascinating thing I don't think I've ever really seen touched on in other lower pedagogical level stuff. The second section then describes how to make some flutes, giving first an overview of how generally each flute's going to be made before diving into specifics about each material it talks about, including plastic, PVC technically, bamboo, wood, clay, and then very briefly on metal, and then gives a recommendation to experiment once you've got some experience, He claims he's seen flutes made out of glass and sunflower stalks, so sky's the limit as long as it's round. Now, the very last page is a resource page, giving readers a few other things to look at in case they're interested in learning more. And that is 43 pages. Now, this review has taken a little while, and it's not because it's a long book, as I mentioned, 43 pages. Quite literally, probably a quarter of an inch thick. But no, I thought to myself, this isn't a theory book, this isn't a biography, this isn't a bibliography. This isn't a book about music. This is a practical guide to an aspect of music. So when working with a practical guide, I thought to myself, the best way to test the efficacy of this book is to follow the instructions. So I built a flute out of PVC pipe based on this book. Now, this took some time. I don't have a whole lot of tools at my disposal, and I've never made a flute before, hence the book. It's made out of PVC. It's horribly out of tune, and that's probably my fault. But I made a flute, and some of the notes play really well. Take a look at this clip. So, hello, yes, this is the portion of the video where I attempt to play this flute that I've built. I'm no great flautist. I do play the normal flutes, piccolo, flute, alto, bass flutes. I play those fairly frequently, but I'm not a genius at them. And this is not well built. That is entirely on me. There were quite a few mistakes I can see right off the bat. For example, this mouth hole, tone hole, way too big. Fingers are in kind of an awkward position. I did do an offset third finger just to fit the hand better, and I probably could have done that on here too, and I didn't. It's also very out of tune. The scale, as he said, is a rough approximation, and I didn't do a whole lot of editing, fixing of the tone holes to try and tune it better. I figured with the first one, just get it done. After all, I tried to make an F flute, which he claims is about, 18 inches, a little more, or somewhere around that range, depending on the size of your pipe. And ended up with a G flute, so you can tell that this did not go exactly as planned. But I'll try to play a little bit for you. Ouch. But yeah, it plays, as you can see. I look forward to building a new one soon. So, talking about the book itself, it's useful. Some of it could have been elaborated a little more on, things could have been a little clearer, but after a bit of reading and experimenting, which is what he recommends, is just experimenting, it makes sense. You know, it's filled with a fair bit of content for a book that is exactly 43 pages, and it's affordable, but if you don't want to spend the $10 on Amazon for it, Mark's website includes most of the information for free. So this is a fascinating read, and it was a good way to start my little journey into instrument building. So, if you've read the book, looked at the websites, have tried to make a flute on your own before, leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts. You know, obviously you've seen how this went, and I'd love to see how your own journey went if you've done something similar or are planning to. And I love to hear these kind of things. I try to make an effort to get back to everyone who leaves a comment on the channel. And if you enjoyed the review, you know, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, all that YouTube nonsense. Check out my channel. There's a fair few books on there that I've reviewed so far. As I said, this is episode 13. Quick, short one, you know, for 43-page book and one flute built. Not too much to say. But I hope to get more reviews out there soon. I've got a backlog of books that I built up over the school year, and I look forward to showing those to you as soon as possible. So, thanks. I'll see you next time.